Hello, today we will be discussing the wanderings of Odysseus from part 2 of the Odyssey. We start with book 5, Calypso, the Sweet Nymph. The story begins with the gods. Well, first of all, Odysseus is stranded on an island with the sweet nymph, Calypso. Zeus, unable to resist the pleas of his favorite daughter Athena, sends Hermes to Calypso's island to order Odysseus released. So Hermes tells Calypso that she must give up Odysseus forever after he goes to the island. So even though Calypso is not necessarily evil, through her seductive charms and promise for immortality, she can be a threat to Odysseus and his straight and narrow path back to Penelope.
Calypso promises Odysseus a raft and provisions to help him homeward without harm, provided the gods wish it. Now Odysseus and Calypso say goodbye.
So Odysseus builds a raft and sets sail. But the sea god Poseidon is still angry at Odysseus and is by no means ready to allow an easy passage over his watery domain. He raises a storm and destroys the raft. It is only with the help of Athena and sea nymphs that Odysseus arrives, broken and battered, on the island of Charatra, the home of the Pachians. There he hides himself in a pile of leaves and falls into a deep sleep.
Book 6, The Princess Nausicaa. In this impact episode, we learn here something about natural modesty and standards of mortal behavior. The world of epic is the world of heroes, but it's also the world of everyday reality.
Athena visits the young Nausicaa and tries to tell her to get married. She does this in the disguise of another girl Nausicaa's age. She offered to pound dirt off of Nausicaa's gown and taking care of Nausicaa's clothing. Athena showed humility in order to gain Nausicaa's respect without giving herself away. She said, "Go beg your sovereign father early in the morning to have the mule cart and the mules brought around to take your body linen. Gowns and mantles you should ride, for it becomes to you more the washing pools are found so far from you."
Nausicaa gets her clothing washed. Athena makes her tarry instead of going straight to town. This is in order that Odysseus should behold her beauty and win her guidance to the town.
Odysseus did see her. He chose to trust in words to please her and keep her away. He might anger the girl, touching her knees. The taking of the knees is an act of respect and humility and petition. By kneeling before a person and holding onto his or her knees, a petitioner shows that he or she, without this act, that he was desperate and meant no harm, just to be shown to town and give some spare clothing. Nausicaa also made sure to show hospitality. She had her maids give him bread and wine.
Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt. Low-fat Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt. Buy our Greek yogurt.
Book 8, The Song of the Minstrel. Odysseus is received as an unknown guest by Nausicaa's father, King Alkinoos, and by the Phoenician court. The ancient people of Greece and Asia Minor are guests were God sent and had to be treated with great care before they could be asked to invite themselves and state to business.
Alcinous orders a banquet for his mystery guest. When everything is prepared, Odysseus is seated in the guest's place of honor. The famous blind minstrel, Demodocus, is called. Odysseus gives the singer a gift of pork crisp with fat and requests a song about the wooden horse of Troy. In effect, he asks for a song about himself. The minstrel does so. As he does, Odysseus cries. Alcinous notices Odysseus' tears and demands that his guest reveal his identity. Book 9, The Lotus Eaters and the Cyclops. We are Achaeans coming from Troy, beaten off our true course by winds from every direction across the great gulf of the open sea, making for home. By the wrong way, on the wrong courses. So we have come. So it has pleased Zeus to arrange it. Here, Odysseus tries to get sympathy from the Cyclops by saying that it wasn't his fault that he came to his shore.
Cyclops, in the end it was no weak man's companions. You were to eat by violence and force your hollow cave, and your evil deeds were to catch up with you and to be too strong for you. Hard one, who dared to eat your own guests in your own house. So Zeus and the rest of the gods punished you. Here he was pretty much saying, how do you like me now? Do you want to dress and be respected like a god or goddess? Well, with our togas here at Togaland, you can dress like them anytime you want. We have sizes for men, women, and children. They're available in all shapes and sizes. So don't forget to come down to Toga World and get yourself a toga.
Book 10, The Bag of Winds and the Witch Circe. Odysseus and his men land next on the island of Aeolia. There, the Wind King, Aeolus, does Odysseus a favor. He puts all the stormy winds in a bag so that they will not harm Odysseus or the Athenians on their journey. The bull's hide bag containing the winds is wedged under Odysseus' afterdeck. During the voyage, the suspicious and curious sailors open the bag, thinking it contains treasure. And the evil winds roar up into hurricanes to plague the luckless Odysseus once again.
After more of his men are killed and eaten by the gigantic cannibals called the Laestronians, Odysseus' ship lands on Aeneas, the home of which Circe. Here a party of 22 men led by Eurylochus goes off to explore the island.
21 of these men chose to greet the witch Circe upon hearing her malevolent voice. Eurylochus chose not to follow because he feared a snare. The witch Circe served cheese and barley along with amber, honey, and Parmesan wine, with her own vile pinch to make the men lose desire or thought of home. They had not drank much when she flew after them with her long stick and shut them in a pigsty. They were trapped. Eurylochus went to tell the tale foul magic doomed his men, but working with dry lips to speak a word he could not, being so shaken, blinding tears welled his eyes.
When we were frantic, questioning him, at least we heard the tale. Our friends were gone.
Odysseus leaves the ship and rushes to Circe's hall. The god Hermes stops him to give him a plant that will act as an antidote to Circe's power. Homer calls it a molu. It might have been a kind of garlic. Odysseus uses the molu, and the witch, overcome by the plant's magic, frees Odysseus' men. Now, Circe, loveliest of all immortals, persuades Odysseus to stay, share her meat and wine, and restore his heart. After many seasons of feasting and other pleasures, Odysseus and his men beg Circe to let them go home.
Hummus. Flavored hummus. Try our hummus. Yum. Greek hummus. It's authentic. Book 11, The Land of the Dead. The ancient mythmakers are telling us that the truly significant voyages in life involve journeys to the deepest parts of ourselves, and a confrontation with the darkest reality of all, death. Odysseus seeks his destiny as he descends to the land of the dead. Please be good.
Odysseus said, I pledge these rights, then slashed the lamb in you. letting their black blood stream into the well pit. The land of the dead was a very gruesome part of the Odyssey.
Odysseus continued by saying he was sick with fear, but then he gave command to his officers to strip the skin of the sheep the bronze had cut down and make burnt offerings of flesh to the gods below. Odysseus sees the ghost of his mother, Anticlea, who died of a broken heart when her son failed to return from Troy.
Tiresias, tell me this. Make this thing clear. I see my mother's ghost among the dead, sitting in silence near the blood. Not once has she glanced this way toward her son, nor spoken. Tell me, my lord, may she in some way come to know my presence? I shall make it clear in a few words and simply. Any dead man who you allow to enter where the blood is will speak to you, and speak the truth. But those deprived will grow remote again and fade. The afterlife envisioned by Homer was not a happy place of rest. This society, which so relishes the joys, accomplishments, and passions of the physical life, found
pleasure in eternal life among mere shadows. After many more encounters in the land of the dead, Odysseus returns to Circe's island for further instructions. Hello, we're Greek Fire. We are a Greek band. Come watch us perform this Saturday in Athens, Greece. We perform Greek music. You will enjoy our concert. Come watch us. Book 12.
Odysseus' men were thrown in the water, and bobbling like sea crowns, they were washed away on the running waves all around the black ship, and the god took away their homecoming.
Okay, but as long as we were pointing fingers, was it the god who took away the homecoming, or was it themselves? When the men chose to eat Helos cattle after they'd been specifically warned against it, or was it Poseidon who trapped them on the island for a month until all their food ran out? Or was it Odyssey who got Poseidon mad at them by telling Polytheus his name? You get the point.
Then I went away along the island in order to pray to the gods, if any of them might show me some curves to sail on. But when crossing the isle, I had left my companions behind. I washed my hands where there was a place sheltered
from the wind, and prayed to all the gods whose hold is Olympus. But what they did was to shed a sweet sleep on my eyelids.